My name is Jane, and I've been happily married to my loving husband, Michael, for 5 wonderful years. From the moment we met, there was an undeniable connection between us. We shared similar interests, dreams, and a deep understanding of one another. Our love story was like something out of a fairy tale, and we cherished every moment together. As the sun streamed through the curtains, I woke up to the soft sound of Michael's gentle breathing beside me. I couldn't help but smile as I gazed at his peaceful face, illuminated by the morning light. It was moments like these that reminded me how lucky I was to have found such a kind and caring partner. "Good morning, my love," I whispered, leaning in to plant a tender kiss on Michael's cheek. He stirred, his eyes fluttering open, and a warm smile spread across his face. "Good morning, Jane," he replied, his voice filled with affection. "Another beautiful day to spend with you." We spent our mornings savoring breakfast together, sharing stories and laughter over steaming mugs of coffee. It was these simple moments that created the foundation of our blissful marriage. We supported each other's dreams and aspirations, always striving to make each other happy. During the day, I pursued my career as a graphic designer while Michael worked as a successful architect. Despite our busy schedules, we made it a point to reconnect in the evenings. Whether it was cooking a delicious meal together or cuddling on the couch while watching our favorite TV shows, we cherished the time we spent in each other's company. "Jane, I can't imagine my life without you," Michael would often say, his eyes filled with love. "You complete me in ways I never thought possible. I'm grateful every day that I get to call you my wife." His words never failed to make my heart swell with joy. I, too, felt immensely grateful for the love and happiness we shared. We were a team, facing life's challenges hand in hand, and our bond grew stronger with each passing day. As we settled into bed at night, our bodies intertwined. I would often whisper, "I love you, Michael," and "I love you, Jane," he would reply, his voice filled with sincerity. Always and forever. In those moments, surrounded by the warmth and security of our love, I knew that our marriage was a true blessing. Little did I know that our idyllic life was about to be tested in ways we could never have anticipated. Our lives took an unexpected turn when Ethan fell seriously ill. It was a devastating blow to our family, and we rallied together to support him in his time of need. The once vibrant and lively Ethan now lay weak and frail, confined to a hospital bed. The sterile smell of the hospital permeated the air as Michael and I stood by Ethan's bedside, holding his hands tightly. Tubes and monitors surrounded him, reminding us of the severity of his condition. The sight was heart-wrenching, but we were determined to provide him with the best care possible. "How are you feeling, Ethan?" I asked, my voice filled with concern. Ethan managed a weak smile. "It's been tough, Jane, but having you and Michael by my side gives me strength. I couldn't ask for a better sister, in-law, and brother." I blinked back, tears, my voice trembling. "We're here for you, Ethan. We'll do everything we can to help you get through this." Days turned into weeks, and we made the difficult decision to bring Ethan home. The familiarity of our own space brought a sense of comfort, and we transformed our house into a haven of care and compassion. Medical equipment and supplies filled the rooms, ensuring that Ethan had everything he needed. As his condition worsened, I found myself spending more and more time caring for Ethan. The responsibilities fell heavily on my shoulders as Michael's work demanded his attention, leaving me to be the primary caregiver. One evening, exhaustion etched lines on my face as I prepared a meal for Ethan. Michael arrived home late, his face clouded with worry. The strain of the situation had begun to affect him deeply. "I'm sorry I'm not able to be here as much as I should, Jane," he said, his voice laced with guilt. "Work has been demanding, and I feel torn between my responsibilities." I sighed, placing a hand on his arm. "I understand, Michael. This is a challenging time for all of us. Just remember that Ethan needs us now more than ever. We'll get through this together." But as the days turned into weeks, I noticed a change in Michael's behavior. He started coming home even later, often preoccupied and distant. The weight of our circumstances seemed to be taking a toll on him, but his actions left me feeling alone and overwhelmed. One night, tears streaming down my face, I confronted Michael. Where have you been, Michael? I need you here with us. Ethan needs us. Why are you pushing us away? He looked at me with tired eyes, his voice strained. I'm sorry, Jane. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm struggling with my emotions, and I don't know how to handle it. I reached out, grasping his hands tightly. We're in this together, Michael. Let's lean on each other for support. We can't let our love crumble under the weight of this hardship. As the room fell silent, our intertwined hands became a symbol of the strength we still had left. We would face this challenge together, united in our love for Ethan and each other. Little did I know that our struggle to navigate through these difficult times would take an unexpected turn, leading to a series of events that would test the very foundations of our marriage. The weight of betrayal hung heavy in the air as I grappled with the reality of Michael's abandonment. Days turned into weeks, and despite my efforts to find him, his whereabouts remained a mystery. Desperation gnawed at me, and I found solace only in caring for Ethan, whose health continued to deteriorate. One morning, as sunlight filtered through the curtains, I woke up with a sense of determination. It was time to confront the truth and seek answers. I mustered the courage to call Michael, hoping that he would provide some explanation for his actions. With trembling hands, I dialed his number, my heart pounding in my chest. A woman's voice answered, filled with arrogance and malice. "What do you want?" she sneered. Struggling to maintain my composure, I replied, "I need to speak to Michael. Please, I deserve some answers." Laughter echoed on the other end of the line, cutting through me like a knife. "Michael doesn't want anything to do with you. He's moved on, and so should you." Tears welled up in my eyes, but I refused to let them fall. "Tell me where he is. I deserve to know." The woman's voice turned icy. "You're nothing to him now. He's gone, and there's nothing you can do about it." Defeated and broken, I hung up the phone. The truth had hit me hard, but I refused to let it define me. I turned to Ethan, seeking solace and perhaps a glimmer of hope. "Ethan!" I called Michael, but he didn't give me any answers. "I don't know what to do," I confessed, my voice filled with desperation. Ethan mustered his strength, his voice barely a whisper. "Jane, I have a friend who works at the hotel in Hawaii where Michael and I used to stay. He might be able to help us. Give me the phone, and I'll make a call." Hope surged within me as I handed Ethan my cell phone. He dialed the number, his voice filled with determination. "David, it's Ethan," he said, his voice wavering with fatigue. "I need your help. Jane's husband, Michael, has disappeared. I believe he might be in Hawaii at our favorite hotel. Can you check if he's there?" I held my breath as Ethan listened to the response on the other end of the line. Relief washed over his face as he handed the phone back to me. "Jane, David says he saw Michael at the hotel. He went there with another woman, but things didn't go as planned. They had a falling out, and Michael's belongings, including his passport and money, are missing." A mixture of emotions flooded through me: anger, confusion, and a tinge of satisfaction. The tables had turned, and it seemed that Michael's actions had consequences. A few days later, my enraged husband called, his voice filled with frustration and regret. "Jane, everything is gone. Our belongings, passports, money, all missing. The woman I left you for, she's gone too," he confessed. A bitter smile crossed my lips as I replied, "You deserved it, Michael. You left us when we needed you most. And now you're facing the consequences of your actions." With those words, I finally found a sense of empowerment. I realized that I didn't need Michael to define my happiness. I had the strength and resilience to move forward on my own terms. In the aftermath of Michael's disappearance, I focused on rebuilding my life and providing the care and support Ethan needed. I channeled my energy into nurturing the relationships that truly mattered, including the unexpected bond I had formed with Ethan. As the days turned into weeks, Ethan's health began to stabilize, and I witnessed his strength and determination firsthand. Together, we navigated the complexities of life, finding solace and companionship in each other's presence. Little did I know that our shared experiences would bring about unexpected opportunities and a chance for redemption. In the wake of Michael's disappearance, A newfound sense of empowerment surged within me. Determined to uncover the truth behind his sudden departure, I embarked on a journey to seek answers and find closure. Ethan's health had stabilized, and with his encouragement, I set out to unravel the mysteries that had plagued our lives. My first step was to gather any information I could about Michael's recent activities and the circumstances surrounding his disappearance. Days turned into weeks as I delved into a web of clues and connections. I reached out to friends, acquaintances, and anyone who might have had insight into Michael's actions. Each conversation, each lead brought me closer to the truth. One afternoon, I sat down with Sarah, a close friend of Michael's, whom I had known for years. She had always been supportive, and I hoped she might shed some light on the situation. "Sarah, I need your help," I began, my voice filled with determination. "Do you know anything about Michael's state of mind before he disappeared? Did he mention anything to you?" Sarah sighed, her gaze filled with sympathy. "Jane, Michael had been struggling for a while. The stress of Ethan's illness, the pressure at work, it all became too much for him to handle. I think he felt overwhelmed and lost." I nodded, understanding the weight of the circumstances that had consumed him. "But why did he leave? Why did he abandon us when we needed him the most?" Sarah paused, her eyes searching for the right words. "Sometimes people make choices out of fear and confusion. They think it's the only way to find clarity or escape their own pain. It doesn't justify his actions, but it might help explain them." My heart sank, realizing the depth of Michael's inner turmoil. I couldn't help but wonder if there was anything I could have done differently to support him during those difficult times. Days turned into nights as I immersed myself in the search for answers. The more I learned, the more I realized that Michael's disappearance was not just about us, but about his own personal struggles and demons. One evening, as I was sifting through old photographs, a familiar face caught my attention. It was a picture of Michael and his estranged brother, Ethan, taken years ago. A surge of realization washed over me. "Ethan!" I exclaimed, rushing to his side. "I've made a connection. Michael's disappearance may not be just about us. It might be connected to his relationship with you." Ethan's eyes widened, curiosity sparking within him. "What do you mean, Jane?" I explained the discovery I had made, the realization that their past wounds and unresolved issues might have played a role in Michael's actions. It was a possibility that we couldn't ignore. With newfound determination, Ethan and I embarked on a mission to find Michael and confront him about his actions. We dug deeper into their shared history, connecting the dots and tracing the path that had led us to this point. Weeks turned into months, and our search took us to unexpected places, following a trail of breadcrumbs that seemed to lead nowhere. Yet our resolve remained unyielding. One fateful day, as we followed a lead to a remote coastal town, we stumbled upon a familiar face. It was Michael, worn and haggard, standing alone on a desolate beach. "Michael!" I called out, my voice filled with a mix of anger, frustration, and concern. He turned, his eyes meeting mine, and a flood of emotions washed over him. "Jane, Ethan, I never meant for any of this to happen. I'm sorry." Anger and hurt welled up within me, but so did a flicker of compassion. "We need answers, Michael. We need answers, Michael. We need to understand why you left, why you abandoned us." Tears streamed down his face as he struggled to find the right words. I couldn't face my own demons, my own failures. I thought by leaving, I could find a way to escape the pain. But I was wrong. Ethan stepped forward, his voice steady but filled with longing. "Michael, we're your family. We've been through so much together. We need to find a way to heal and move forward." Silence enveloped us as we stood on that desolate beach, the weight of our shared history and fractured relationships lingering in the air. It was a pivotal moment, a chance for redemption and healing, but also a reminder that true reconciliation would take time and effort. With the waves crashing against the shore, we made a silent pact to embark on a journey of healing and forgiveness. The road ahead would be challenging, but it held the promise of rebuilding what had been broken. In the aftermath of our encounter with Michael on the desolate beach, a newfound sense of hope permeated the air. It was as if the tide had turned, bringing with it the possibility of redemption and reconciliation. Ethan, Michael, and I retreated to a nearby cafe, seeking solace and a moment of respite from the tumultuous emotions that engulfed us. The atmosphere was tinged with both apprehension and anticipation as we settled into our seats. Michael took a deep breath, his eyes filled with remorse. I never wanted things to turn out this way. I never intended to hurt either of you. I was lost, consumed by my own fears and insecurities. I nodded, my voice gentle yet firm. Michael, we understand that you are going through a difficult time, but abandoning us was not the answer. We need to rebuild trust and find a way to move forward. Ethan placed a comforting hand on Michael's shoulder. We're here now, Michael. We're willing to listen and work through this, but we need honesty and a commitment to healing. Michael's gaze shifted between us, the weight of his past choices etched upon his face. I'm ready to confront my mistakes, to face the consequences of my actions. I want to make amends and rebuild what I've destroyed. The cafe became a sanctuary of vulnerable conversations and heartfelt apologies as we shared our individual experiences, laying bare the wounds that had festered over time. It was an opportunity to express the pain, but also to open the door to forgiveness and understanding. Days turned into weeks as we embarked on a journey of healing. We sought therapy, both individually and as a family unit, to unravel the layers of pain and forge a path towards reconciliation. Through countless conversations and shared experiences, we discovered the depth of our resilience and the power of forgiveness. It was a painstaking process filled with moments of doubt and vulnerability, but also marked by glimpses of newfound strength and unity. As time passed, our bonds grew stronger, forged by the fires of adversity and nurtured by love and understanding. We rebuilt trust brick by brick, fostering an environment where open communication and empathy flourished. With each passing day, we rediscovered the joy of shared laughter and the warmth of a family united. It was a testament to the strength of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of betrayal, redemption was possible. A twist of fate awaited us on the horizon, as the bonds between us grew deeper and new opportunities emerged. It was during a routine checkup for Ethan's health that we met Dr. Rebecca Turner, a renowned specialist in his condition. Dr. Turner's passion for her work and her genuine care for her patients shone through, and she quickly became an invaluable part of our lives. Her guidance and expertise opened doors to innovative treatments and possibilities we had never imagined. One evening, as we sat in Dr. Turner's office, she turned to us with a smile. I believe there's a clinical trial that could greatly benefit Ethan's condition. It's a long shot, but it's worth considering. If you're interested, I can help facilitate the process. Hope surged within us, mingled with gratitude for the serendipitous meeting that had brought Dr. Turner into our lives. It was a twist of fate that held the promise of transforming our journey into one of not just healing, but also of overcoming the odds. As we left Dr. Turner's office, a renewed sense of purpose filled our hearts. The path ahead remained uncertain, but we were armed with the strength of our unity and a newfound belief in the power of second chances. Together, we faced the future, ready to embrace the twists and turns that lay ahead, knowing that as long as we